Collier Creek, which is a special purpose acquisition vehicle, is going to be combining with Utz, the well-known pretzel and chip company. And when that deal closes in the third quarter, Utz, UTZ, is going to be the ticker, and it's going to be publicly traded. Right now, it still trades under CCH. I want to bring in right now Dylan Lissette. He is the Utz CEO, joining us from New Jersey, and Roger Deromedi. He is the Collier Creek co-founder and longtime executive in the snack industry as well. So, Dylan, I actually want to start with you. Your company has been around for a long time, I believe since 1921. Why go public now? Why did you guys decide to do this deal?
Sure, it's a great question. Thanks for having us, Julie, and the Yahoo Finance team. We're on the precipice of 100 years of being in business, of being an iconic brand, developing a great distribution system, having a great portfolio of different brands, from not just Utz that you may be familiar with, Julie, from coming out of Baltimore, but Zapp's and Good Health and Boulder Canyon and a bunch of different brands that we have. And really, we've grown quite tremendously. We've embarked on a lot of M&A activity over the last 10 years to grow the business strategically and geographically. We closed a large deal in 2016. We closed another deal in 2017. We closed a deal just a little bit over 6 months ago in late 2019. And each of these deals kind of expanded our geographic growth and the presence of our brands. And with that, of course, we took on some debt and capital and funding to do that. And we met up with Roger, who's on the phone with us, and CCH, and started talking about a year ago, really about a way to combine the fantastic team at Collier from a talent perspective, right, with a playbook and a background in CPG. And they had this special purpose acquisition vehicle that you mentioned, the SPAC of CCH, which had cash and money, and really the ability to we've likened it internally, and just kind of came organically, this term, but we likened it internally to how do we create the next century of growth, right? How do we go from 100 years family-owned business to the next $1 billion of growth, the next 100 years, the next century?
Yeah, and that's something everybody, who doesn't love potato chips? But since you brought that up, let me go to Roger, because as you get the finances in order, it would seem to me you're poised for even more acquisition, as Dylan was just saying. Can you give us a hint of where that might, take this new company?
Yeah, thank you, Adam. Again, my apologies for not being on video with but it's great to be with you. No, as Collier Creek is back, we're excited to provide the capital and excited to be in this combination because it's perfect for what we can do in working with Dylan and his team. And as you say, acquisitions has been and will continue to be an important platform for the company going forward. And our focus is in the salty snack area. We see a lot of opportunities. We have a robust list of opportunities in the salty snack area that will both expand the company's geographic footprint, provide greater distribution opportunities, get into faster growing channels of distribution, and subcategories that we may not be as strong in. So we see it as an important part of the platform, and the funding is there to aggressively go after it.
Dylan, Roger, this is Ines. What are some of the trends that you have seen over COVID-19 as people have stayed at home? And also, I noticed that you also sell online too. So have you seen an uptick there?
Yeah, thank you. The very interesting, literally around March 14th, March 16th, March 18th, when things really started to talk about lockdown, talk about stay-at-home orders, consumers ran to food and grocery. We had a fantastic run. I mean, our sales volume went up precipitously. Kudos to the fact that we're vertically manufactured and distributed. So we were able to very quickly ramp up. Our team had literally 3 weeks in a row, Enos, where we had 45% plus pounds produced out of our factories 3 weeks in a row. And then, it tailed off a little bit, but salty snacks are not like paper towels, right? Or toilet paper. I mean, it really is, you load up for the weekend, snowstorm coming this weekend. You bring it home, all of the kids are out of school, they're all home. everybody's working from home, the snack consumption goes up tremendously, and we were really well positioned to take advantage of that. And then our e-commerce has gone up tremendously as well. It's up to about 2% of our overall sales, but it's up also over 100% year to date, and that really took off right around the same time. And so that's one of the platforms that, as we look forward into the rest of 2020 and 2021 and beyond, as an area that we think we have tremendous opportunity to expand that from 2% to 3% to 4% of our overall company sales, and it's all tied into our social media, and it's working really well. So we're getting a lot of brand recognition and a lot of new households that are that are seeing our brands and participating in consuming them.
Dylan, this is Roger. I would just add to Dylan's comments that COVID is obviously a very sad and difficult situation for so many people. But as he said, the business did well during that period of time as we were feeding people as staying at home. But if you think about it longer term, it's actually been helpful for the Utz Brands to get increased household penetration because of increased trial as people are eating at home. And we think that trend will continue and be able to build on that going forward.
Dylan, I want to ask, first, settle a bet for me. It's Utz, not Utz, right? And second, do you expect to see a snapback for when people start to come out of lockdowns?
Yeah, so the first one, I think people have been betting on and challenging each other on for almost 100 years. So I say Utz, which is sort of a traditional Pennsylvania way, Utz, from the throat. A lot of other people, newer people, say Utz, like nuts for Utz. I don't know exactly the right answer. We're based in sort of Pennsylvania heritage. If you ask, we have multi-generations, right, of associates that have worked for the company. If you ask them, they're going to say Utz. So